that whole AI bot thing that it makes it say. Anyway, so let's go around the room. Rosa, you're the first one that's up on my screen, so I will put it over to you. If you can please introduce yourself, let us know what organization you're with, and any updates that's happening on your end.
Okay, so I'm Rosa Salinas. I'm a substance abuse counselor with the GEO Group, Santa Ana Reentry Center. So what we do there is
tell you to put your phone number and
Oh.
your email if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so people can reach you.
Okay, sorry, there you go.
That's who I am.
Okay, awesome, thank you. Appreciate you coming and representing GEO Group. So thank you. Cheryl?
Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl Kaufman. I am a social worker with Orange County Public Defender's Office. Part of the unit that I represent is the recidivism reentry. Basically, what we do is we do inreach in the jail and the community to link our clients, inmates, to the community. That's why I'm here. And we do services for the actual inmates and also families as well.
Awesome, thank you so much for being here. Carol?
Morning, everybody. Carol Urey, Returning Home Foundation in Orange County. You asked for what's happening. I do want you to grab a pencil, pen, and write down this AB 1186. This is something I think we all would be interested in. It is a bill that passed public safety yesterday. It's on our way to appropriations. It's called the Repair Act, and it stands for Realizing Equity While Promoting Accountability and Impactful Relief. Basically, the restitution system in California is broken, and this bill is trying to get crime survivors with more equitable payments, but also assisting the youth who have caused harm a more meaningful path toward rehabilitation and accountability. I think you guys all know that I work with young court over at Orangewood. So it's AB 1186, and I will put a flyer in the chat box. Take care.
Awesome, thank you so much, Carol. Eric with Salvation Army.
He's here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric. I'm the employment navigator with the Salvation Army. We are the Anaheim Emergency Shelter. We have 325 residents. My role specifically focuses on all employment services, and that it goes for job search, resume building, life skills, coaching, hard skills, soft skills, all that good stuff.
Awesome, thank you so much for being here. And I'll go to Aaron.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron Viveros. I'm with Associated Builders and Contractors of Southern California. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator. We represent about close to 400 member contractors in all of Southern California. We're a nonprofit trade association, and we teach the building trades. So we have apprenticeship programs that are state and federally approved in electrical, plumbing, sheet metal, and low voltage. Updates. A couple weeks ago, we had our grand opening in our Riverside office. So that's where I'm out of today. But I traveled through all three of our offices. We have one in San Fernando, one very close to all of you in Orange County, which is our Anaheim office. And now we have our full functioning Riverside office, where currently we have brought in electrical and plumbing classes out here. In the near future, we plan to bring our other two trades, which are sheet metal and low voltage. So we're working on it.
Awesome, and then you also want to share that you went inside the women's?
Yes, so a couple weeks ago, we had an opportunity to go into the Chino Women's Prison. They have a low voltage program in there, and we brought a female apprentice with us to kind of share her story of being in the trades. And it was a great experience. We got to reach out to a whole class of people that are looking to get into the low voltage apprenticeship once they get back out. So Definitely, it was a great experience. The first one I've ever done. Eventually, I want to go with Megan in. So I did my paperwork very soon to go in, and yeah, just it was a great experience. You know, we're in the business of changing lives. Everybody here has a purpose in the community, and our hearts are dedicated to the people that need it the most. And I'm just grateful to be part of the OCCAP, all the wonderful work that Megan has done over the years, and to be here with all of you folks. It's amazing, but thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, it's not just me, it's everyone else that's a part of this group. And, it takes a village, but thank you. And thank you for sharing. Joe?
Yeah, good morning. Joe Balicki. I'm a retired assistant sheriff with County of Orange. I ran custody operations prior to retirement. I currently work for the CEO's office in the county, and I'm in charge of coordinating reentry services and developing some resource centers for the county. So that's my current role, and happy to be here.
Awesome, thank you, Joe. And Lisa and I went in yesterday, and we were able to speak to the Tay and the Humvee mod. So that was amazing, and I'll let Lisa share a little bit more about that. But again, that wouldn't be possible without you, sir. So thank you.
Very good.
I think, is it Bree or V Rivera?
Hi, my name is Brianna Rivera. I work for Geo Reentry as a substance abuse counselor. The population we work with is pretty much people that are on probation, that are just getting out, and just kind of helping them kind of get back into the community.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Let's see. Jamala Taylor.
Yes, good morning, all. My name is Jamala Taylor. I'm a life expert for the life program at Cypress College. We help formerly incarcerated students navigate the process at college, and it's always our goal to move them on to, four-year institutions. I'm also the reentry manager for a nonprofit called the Inside Garden Program. We operate inside 10 prisons across the state, and we also have a reentry arm to facilitate a reentry of our participants. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. We will go to Jessica.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jessica Lupercio. I'm from the Orange County Public Defender's Office. I'm a social worker as well with Cheryl, Jasmine, and Christina. I believe they're on the call. We play different roles, like Cheryl was saying. We assist in custody clients here in the county jails, and also post-conviction clients. So all of our youthful offenders, we try to assist them with reentry plans and compiling a mitigation packet for their upcoming parole hearing, so that they can have a chance at making parole. So that's what we do.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Giovanna.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Giovanna Flores, and I am with Geo Group. We are a reentry program here in Santa Ana, and we offer groups such as anger management, domestic violence, substance abuse courses as well, life skills. And my role is a job developer. So similar to, I think it was Eric from the Salvation Army, I help assist with resumes and employment readiness workshops.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Nomura. I am the OCCAP's community engagement person. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I also do I am also an organizer for the annual Freedom Fest, and we're just so grateful to be able to say that we're in the works and planning our third annual Freedom Fest and incorporating our youth into this next one. So we're really excited about this work that we get to do today. I also work for an organization called California Coalition for Women Prisoners as a social justice advocate for inside outside organizing and membership. And just really excited to be here. Do you want me to give that update now for yesterday, or do you want to wait till later? Is it on the agenda?
It is on the agenda, so we'll have you
Okay.
talk.
Okay,
Thanks.
yeah. So thank you all. Good morning.
Jocelyn?
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Jocelyn. I'm from the Salvation Army here at the Anaheim Emergency Shelter. I work alongside Eric as a resource and activities navigator, and I assist residents with obtaining vital docs to get them ready for housing. So I assist with them obtaining their California social security cards and birth certificates from usually within the country, but sometimes outside the country as well.
Cool. Well, thank you for being here and thank you for all your hard work. Melody.
Hi, Megan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm Melody Cantrell. I'm with the Sheriff's Department, and I'm the program manager for all of the services we provide to inmates while they're in custody at the Orange County Jail.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Cynthia.
Hi, sorry, I'm having technical issues over here. My name is Cynthia and I'm with the Life program at Cypress Community College. Some of the roles that we do is we work with formerly incarcerated incoming students, helping them get along, get enrolled in college and stuff like that. I also work at different juvenile facilities in Orange County, and that's really an important work as well. We want to get them educated and off to a better start, right? And then I also to work with the Anti-Recidivism Coalition in Los Angeles County. And there too, I'm also a mentor with the juvenile, at different juvenile facilities. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Jenilyn.
Hi everyone, Jenilyn Santos with Chrysalis. I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for our Orange County office. If you are new here or if you haven't heard of Chrysalis before, we're a nonprofit organization that assists individuals in addressing their barriers to employment. They're providing one-on-one support and resources, whether it's assisting with resumes, practice interviews, clothing, transportation, or needing to get into our transitional job opportunities. We can help our clients with that. If you have any questions or want to learn how to make a referral or just research questions in general, I'll put my information in the chat and I'm always happy to help. Thank you, Megan.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Jenilyn. Yanira.
Good morning, Megan. Good morning, everybody. It's good to be here. I'm Janita Perez with Moms Orange County. At Moms Orange County, we serve pregnant women and their family by providing one-on-one case management, education, and resources. We're a home visitation program, and we also provide classes such as a boot camp for dads. We have childbirth preparation classes, Mommy and Me, and we also have a father's group, which I'm going to be sharing the flyer, where we talk to dads about anxiety of becoming dads, depression, isolation, anything that they may be going through. And we're alternating that every other month in English and Spanish. So I'll go ahead and share that information and our contact information as well, in case you have a client that needs help or would like to join our fathers group or any of our classes. We'll be happy to help them. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you for all your hard work and appreciate you throwing that flyer in the chat. Carol, you want to introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carol and I'm the OCCAP secretary. I am the one sending out these reminder and recap emails, so feel free to send me your flyers for marketing or if you need anything OCCAP related. Thank you.
Yeah, and she also posts everything on social media. So if you're wanting to get something out, I usually send it to her. So she will also include it in our recap emails or reminder emails and post it on social media. So thank you so much. Let's see, who have I not gotten to? Eric Diaz.
Good morning. This is happily my first time with this meeting group, so thank you for having me. I am a new team member at North Orange Continuing Education. So we are aligned with Cypress College and Fullerton College. We have 3 centers for adult education, continuing education programs across North Orange County. Specifically, if you have any clients who are looking to make their next milestone, their high school diploma or their GED completion, we have free open to all programs that I can help process them through. And we enroll all year long. So any day is a good day to start. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Eric. I'm glad to have you and hope you're able to join us at future meetings. So thank you so much. I will go to Addie's Otter AI.
I think someone's running transcript with that otter. Is that what's going on?
I'm not sure. So I'll go to Christina Sanchez.
Hi, my name is Christina Sanchez. I work with Cheryl and Jasmine and Jessica at the Public Defender's Office. We do, like Jessica said, post-conviction work as well as working with the jail population. And this is my first time, and I'm really happy to be here and get some networking opportunities.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Kevin Mendoza.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kevin Mendoza from Hope Builders, Outreach Coordinator. If you don't know who we are, what we do, we provide young adults of ages 18 to 28 to career opportunities. We offer construction, medical assisting, child development. And the only update that I have right now is that on April 13th, we are going to have like a preview night for a medical assisting program. So if you're interested, you want to get more information, a flyer or anything like that, my contact's right there. Just go ahead and give me a quick email or call and I'll give you everything that you need. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. And then Heidi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Heidi, and I am the Director of Programs at Wise Place, an unaccompanied women's shelter based out of Santa Ana. We provide services to, again, unaccompanied women with case management, one-on-one, and everything else that comes in between that stuff. I'm so glad to be here. It is my first time here, so excited to learn about everyone. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will go to Kevin and Joshua just to briefly introduce themselves with the with Matt Connect. So I'll let you guys introduce yourself.
I'm Kevin Tygard with Matt Connect. I'm the project manager and just happy to be here today to present to you guys and connect with you all. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Castro. I'm one of the program managers. My main focus with Matt Connect right now is working in the jail system. We're there 4 days a week with Theo Lacey and Santa Ana, Maine, just setting up inmates to MAT linkage upon their release. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And then we had one other person join us, Jasmine.
Hi, sorry, late join. My name is Jasmine Cias. I'm a social worker with the Public Defender's Office. I'm sure some of the girls already introduced themselves, but I am a part of the, I help out the local clients with resourcing. And then I also help out clients that are being resentenced and they are in the prisons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So I am a little, our ROI speaker hasn't joined yet, so I'm going to go a little rogue. Hopefully I've sent her a couple texts to see, hopefully she's okay. But her name is Michaela. She's supposed to be sharing her story. So what I'll do is I'll do this in reverse order. So if Matt Connect is ready to present, I will stop sharing my screen and let you all do your presentation, and then hopefully she's able to join us and share her story.
All right, let's see.
Okay, you should be able to. Yeah.
All right. Give me a second here. Caught me by surprise. Jewel was gonna hop on in a little bit and do the presentation, so I will take over.
I apologize. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. Easy. I just got to get it all pulled up. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
No worries. You know what? Why don't we, while you're doing that, Lisa, why don't you share a little bit about while we were inside yesterday? So while he's getting everything pulled up.
I would love to. I would love to. So when Megan asked me to go in, I was like, yeah, that's great. Sounds great, right? And then she said, oh, by the way, and I totally forgot that the women got moved out of Theo Lacey back to Santa Ana. So when she told me I was going in to speak to the men, I was like, I've never spoken to men before on the inside. I've only spoken to the women, and a lot of the basis of my work is surrounded around, you know, the work I do with formerly incarcerated women on the outside, and also with working with a women's organization as well. I was very nervous, to say the least, and I started calling around into my network support and of formerly incarcerated brothers, and I was like, what could they possibly want to hear from me? What could be a guiding focus? And so I got some really good advice of how to kind of direct my thought process towards what I wanted to share. And so I knew I wanted to share what's common. And so I came across a statistic that over all people incarcerated, somewhere between 80 and 90% of those of us who are incarcerated, which I am. I served a 10-year sentence on a 15-year term. I've been home 3 years, and I've been off parole for 1 year, and I paroled to Orange County, where I never lived before, and just fell in love with the community in Orange County, and wanted to invest my work and my lived experience here. And so being able to go into Theo Lacey is a great contribution for that, and giving back in how Orange County received me post incarceration. And so when I went in, I again, about that statistic is that people who are incarcerated, 80 to 90% have experienced some form of traumatic experience prior to the age of 17. I said, wow, I can totally agree with that. And so in talking about trauma and things that happen in our youth, and then how more trauma gets tacked onto it throughout your lifetime. And if you don't have the proper coping skills, or anyone coming into your life that gives you permission to say, hey, you can ask for help, then what ends up happening is you just end up building trauma upon trauma and trauma, and you're just carrying this load that continuously through your life becomes heavier and heavier and heavier as you move through life, in which case you find yourself incarcerated, and then you either take the time to work on yourself to address those traumas, or you end up just paroling with more trauma because of the nature and environment that you're exposed to in the prison. So in the prison system. So I was really happy to be able to just kind of share that experience from myself. We had 3 men from the veterans mod, from the vet mod, which was really awesome. And because what was funny is I was like, wow, their county wear is like fatigues, their camouflage. I thought that was so cool, because I felt like that sets them apart in such a way that honors their service. And I thought how empowering is that to be recognized for that, for your service, even though you're going through the worst time of your life and being incarcerated. So that was really impactful for me. And then I also was able to speak with 4 men from the mainline mod that was there so seven men that I was able to go in and not know and come out feeling like they're my brothers. And I'm really happy that I'm hoping that they feel the same way about me, and I felt like there was definitely connections. You know, I said I was going to be tough because I was speaking to guys, but my heart's too soft for my community. And even one of the other gentlemen had an emotional response to the things I was sharing, which only speaks to, you know, the need to always take care of that inner child and to give care and to that inner child, as my niece cries in the background. So I'm sitting with so much honor and gratitude for the ability to go in and give that. And I'm just thankful to Megan for always keeping me involved in this space, which always is kind of a full circle moment for me. So I look forward to the next time and the next time and the next time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. You did a great job and really connected with all the men. And you know, Jordan gave you you know, high praise and said that the men really received it really well. And it's just really great to see that we're all able to connect with them and be able to give them that piece of hope that they're really needing during that time. And so thank you for that and appreciate that. And again, it wouldn't be possible without the Sheriff's Department. So Josh and Kevin, hopefully you are good to go. And again, I apologize to everyone else. I hope Michaela is okay. So I know she's very busy between work and school. So hopefully she just didn't overcommit herself.
All right, I'm all set. Let me try to connect here. All right, can you guys all see that?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. All right, so thank you for having us. Myself, Kevin and myself are part of Mac Connect, along with Jewel Loft. She is the project director. We are a local nonprofit here in Orange County, funded by a grant through Cal Optima to provide mat services free of charge for individuals that are undocumented, as well as be able to be paid for through Medi-Cal. And just be an opportunity for individuals who need that assistance through their you know, through that process of sobriety. All right, so I usually like to start off my presentations with some facts about the opioid deaths and the issue here in Orange County and what we're dealing with, not only in the county, but in the state and in the nation. And this one here is opioid involved deaths in the United States and California, which the last one there in California, there were 8,908 opioid related drug overdose deaths in 2021, which was 4 times higher than the murder rate. It just shows you that there is a serious issue here with opioids and synthetic drugs. That is a serious issue, because if the murder rate was 4 times that, we would definitely be looking at funding or uproar in politics. So let's see. Sorry. All right, so next would be the opioid involved death of the youth. The overdose mortality rate among the United States adolescents 14 to 18 years old rose by 132% between 2019 and 21, which went from 492 deaths of youth to 1,146. So what used to be a drug, you know, stereotypically you would see people or think that people use in their 20s and 30s is now really affecting our youth. One of the main reasons that we can kind of see is that they make it more accessible now, especially with social media, and also with the way they're making these pills, making them colorful and, you know, more attracted to younger ages, which is we're definitely seeing in the death rate. So for this is specifically for Orange County. It kind of allows you to see the population that is using here in Orange County. You know, I originally, when I came on with Mac Connect in my start in this field, I always thought, you know, addiction and overdose with opioids was going to be in like the younger ages of like 20 to 30. But here we're seeing that it is really affecting from the 30s to almost the 40s. And some ages down later, like in the 80s, which we're assuming is, accidental overdose death, being older and taking medications. But our main focus here would be helping individuals between the ages of, 20 all the way to almost 50. And we're definitely seeing that in our statistics and data with the individuals that we're helping, definitely within the 30 to 50-year-old range. In our last statistic slide, just the impact of the pandemic, how much it has affected opioid use and overdose rate. As you can see down in February of 2020, we were looking at an overall overdose death of a little over 6,000 at the beginning of 2020. But once we went into the pandemic, which almost forced us to be in isolation, not having individuals to, use with or have someone there to help them with possibly Narcan or call 911, we saw the total overdose rate go from 6,000 all the way to over 9,000. So just how our society and things are going in the world can change an issue like this. So for those who are wondering, what is MAT? MAT stands for Medication Assisted Treatment, the use of FDA approved medications that help with alcohol and opioid use disorder. We also like to say that in combination with counseling and other therapies will provide a whole patient approach and has a better outcome for individuals on MAT medication. I know the medical field is changing verbiage all the time, so some might also have heard of MOUD, which is medication for opioid use disorder, but we are sticking with MAT just because it is widely known as that. And it's in our name. So at the beginning, 3 years ago, February was our 3-year mark. MAT Connect had 5 goals, which our first goal was to ensure providers and staff were trained in and able to provide MAT treatment in 10 clinics. We have signed our 10th clinic in our program. We have 7 that are active and providing treatment, and the other 3 are just in the beginning processes. So they're going through training with their physicians and ensuring that they're ready to start induction and treatment. Second was to develop and implement a culturally appropriate anti-stigma campaign. This is just to help end the stigma that's out there that some of you might even know about, like that some people deal with just trying to get into NA and AA programs, that, MAT isn't sober, and things like that. So we're trying to end those and allow people to feel comfortable in that space to be a part of MAT and know that it's there to help them. Third was to establish a partnership with OCHA Drug Medi-Cal Delivery System for referrals. Then it was provide management oversight for MAT program and patient care coordination. So our medical director, Dr. Mario San Bartolome, he does all of our oversight and training for each clinic that comes on board. And he prepares them to have a MAT program up and running. Part of the program is also for every clinic. Our program provides funding for each clinic to have a MAT case manager. This allows each clinic to have one individual that we can contact to help linkage with an individual who needs MAT. The MAT case manager will know all the patients, will manage the calendar for all appointments, and just allow for ease of care. You don't have to call an appointment line, you don't have to leave a message and hope to hear back or wait on hold for 30 minutes. It's one person dealing with this one program, and it just allows for direct contact. And then lastly was to improve accessibility through telemedicine services. So before COVID, you couldn't bill for like telehealth. And since COVID, we have been able to provide telehealth services for MAT treatment through a group of our clinics. So this allows an individual to go through induction, or even just to start medication or to continue medication over the phone. In my case, me working in the jail system, I would say around 80 to 90% of the inmates that I meet are homeless and don't have a phone or a way to get to a clinic. So being able to link individuals to get them connected with a phone, or if they don't have transportation, that they can use a phone to call the doctor and have their weekly or monthly checkups for their MAT and get their new prescription. So who's the right person for MAT? A good candidate for medication-assisted treatment is a patient that has been through multiple absence-based programs, but is still having difficulty. This is for an individual that has strong cravings, constantly relapsing. This would be the best support system for them. For MAT, like I mentioned earlier, it is focused on alcohol and opioids. And that is our main focus with MAT, but we do have clinics that provide support for individuals that might be addicted to methamphetamines, cannabis, benzos, or any type of sedative addiction. So, if you know someone that does need support, then you can definitely send them our way, and we would never turn them away due to having multiple physicians that are board certified, addiction medicine specialists, and they could also help them, as well as gearing them to other referrals if they need support, like inpatient treatment, if that's what's needed. So is a MAT available for adults and youth? So obviously, as mentioned, it is available for adults, but also MAT has been studied for youth ages 16 and up for buprenorphine and ages 18 and up for naltrexone. We do have a couple providers that will provide MAT for youth. You just would need parental consent, or if they're in the system, some type of court order. So what are the advantages of MAT? First, it is safe. It's backed by FDA. It's something that's been around for a while, and it is safe and effective. It's cost effective because it is accepted through Medi-Cal, so it could be free of charge. It reduces the risk of overdose. Some of the forms of MAT have naloxone in it, which help with overdose. It increases treatment retention. Being on MAT allows individuals just to be stable, and allows them to be at a point where they can think clearly and make proper decisions that will best benefit their lives, as well as improving social function. Allows individuals to attend these groups, allows them to go to work, allows them to be functioning members of the society. Reduced risk of infection disease transmission. So individuals that might be using opioids via IV, moving on to MAT, they wouldn't be using IV anymore, so that would reduce that risk and just reduce the justice system involvement. So the common misconceptions that we hear a lot is that only psychiatrists can prescribe Suboxone or buprenorphine, only drug treatment programs can prescribe it, that MAT isn't covered by Medi-Cal, that it's very expensive, medication-assisted treatment is not available in the jail or prison system, that it's difficult to access, and that MAT is a cure for addiction, which we always want to make sure people know it's not a cure. It's just it's a support towards sobriety for individuals that need that added support. And to cover the other misconceptions, definitely MAT is in the jail system. There's currently around 3,600 individuals in the jail system, and 28% are on MAT. And that 28% are the individuals I meet with every week to create discharge plans for, and it is covered by Medi-Cal. So the experience with MAT stigma, these are just some of the things that we hear and what we're working on to change. You aren't sober if you're on Suboxone. MAT is just trading one drug for another. Most sober livings won't accept it, and that support groups like AA and NA don't allow you to be a part of it because you're not sober. So we're really working towards ending this stigma, letting people understand that everyone has their own path and everyone needs a different form of support. And towards the end of the meeting, I'll let Kevin speak on this more, but we have created our own MAT groups for individuals on MAT that need that support so they don't have to feel that judgment when they're trying to improve their lives. So how can someone access MAT services? Currently, right now, if you're in Orange County, you can reach the direct access number that allows you to get services through Orange County, which seems to be a little bit difficult. But with MAT Connect, we have a hotline number. One-stop shop, you call us, it rings to myself, Kevin, or Jewel, and we will be able to connect them to a provider. So a little bit of background of the clinics that we work with and how we make this all happen. So all of our clinics are FQHCs, which are federally qualified health centers. They're a blessing to the community. They're a community-based healthcare provider that receives federal fundings from HRSA to provide primary and preventative medical services, which also includes dental, behavioral health, and vision services, which is a key thing for our population that utilize Medi-Cal. On my end, with the individuals coming out of incarceration, most of them are homeless and have an array of medical needs. I see individuals that have, chronic health conditions on top of poor dental care, on top of needing glasses. So for our population, FQHCs are the best because all these services are provided in-house, whether it's in the same building or sometimes they'll have two buildings right next door to each other. So anyone that we connect or link to one of our clinics will have the opportunity to be able to receive these services without having to see a doctor at one building, go to another building to see a dentist, then go to a different building across city to have their vision taken care of. So just a great resource for anyone that is linked with our clinic for MAT. They could also be seen for these other services. And some of the clinics also provide case management, transportation services, and as well another service being MAT, which we have provided through these clinics. So we usually have our medical director go over this, but just a small kind of input on MAT induction and how it works. The patient will contact the doctor. They'll start the induction process, which will be them taking their medication. They'll dose them every 30 minutes, kind of see how they're doing. Once their symptoms or their withdrawal symptoms start to go away, the doctor understands or sees that that's going to be their starting dose. And the doctor goes from there roughly. They'll start with 1 week prescriptions for the first month. And then once the doctor sees that everything's going good and that will be their starting dose, then they will move to 1 month prescriptions after that. So what the MAT program provides is an overall support team. Every clinic has a MAT provider, which is the physician or the PA or nurse practitioner. They will also have a behavioral health provider team, which will consist of a psychiatrist or an LCSW to provide that mental health support, as well as a MAT case manager, as I mentioned previously. This is the primary contact for the MAT program, as well as an individual who knows the patients, understands their needs, and will be able to be there to support them through the process. And lastly is the physical health, the primary medical, dental, behavioral health, those services that are provided at the clinic. This is what we call the MAT support team at each clinic that is provided to each individual that's is part of the MAT program. So what if a patient isn't ready? In the end, if they're over 18, it's up to the individual to want the treatment. We have a lot of parents that call for their 20, 30, 40-year-old child. But in the end, it's up to them. We also try to encourage them to make an appointment with one of our providers so they can speak to a case manager or the doctor just to have some better insight. Make an appointment with a mental health provider to discuss treatment, or even if they would need to speak with us or see some type of presentation. But we always have Dr. Mario available to educate and help individuals see how MAT could be a resource to them. So these are our current providers that are actively providing MAC. As I mentioned, we do have a couple that are just in the beginning process and getting ready to start their MAP program. We work with Southland Clinic, Hurt Family Health Clinic, KCS Services, Share Ourselves, UCI Health, Families Together, and Serve the People. When we create these plans, or when I create plans for individuals coming out of incarceration, or if we get a phone call on our hotline, we do like a case-by-case scenario with each individual, trying to understand their key demographics, understanding their needs, their barriers, their language preference. And based off of this information, we make the best decision to send them to the clinic that best suits them. Some people just want to feel comfortable with someone that speaks their language, and we can do that. We have clinics that speak different languages, different Asian languages, Spanish. So we try to make the best accommodation for every individual that needs support. And that ends our presentation. These are our contacts for Jewel, Kevin, and myself. As well, Dr. Mario always wants to be a resource to the community. We just ask that if you do take this number, to never give it out to a patient or a client. It should just be for program use. Just as an example, we work with the Sons in Southern California, the substance use navigators. We got a phone call from an ER that was having one of the nurses having a serious issue with a female who was like, I don't know, 15 weeks pregnant and having withdrawals and didn't know how to treat her, or having some issues. So Dr. Mario, we gave the number, they called Dr. Mario. He was able to help them in getting this young lady stabilized. And we want to utilize him as an emergency situation if needed for the community. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope that we can be a resource to you as well as. And I wanted to have Kevin share a bit on his groups so you can hear about how we're helping out the community with MAC groups as well. Oh shoot, my video wasn't on the whole time. Oopsies. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Josh, for the presentation. And I know when we spoke a couple months ago that the newer clinics that you're looking to onboard were going to be going down in South County, correct? South Orange County?
Yes. Yeah, right now, Families Together in Tustin are one of our furthest South County, but KCS just opened up a clinic in Irvine, and they will be able to provide MAT services out of that clinic. But we are working on finding a more South County, maybe Laguna area clinic to provide services, because that we are finding a small population that are needing services in South County.
Awesome, thank you. Kevin?
Yeah, so I just wanted to add a few things, I just want to thank you guys for having us present today. Also, just so you guys know, I'll be sending out all this information with Carly to everybody, but Dr. Mario also holds a Q&A every Friday morning from 9 to 10. So if you have any MAT questions or even just a medical question for him that has something to do with substance abuse, he's like I said, a great resource. He would be happy to answer it. All you'd have to do is send me your email address so I could have you added to his Q&A. That's always available. Also, I host 6 MAT Connect support meetings throughout Orange County, one at Recovery Road, one at Anaheim Milano Club, one at Garden Grove Milano Club, and one via Zoom, one at a church at night. So all kinds of different locations. I will send all this information out to everybody. We're happy to have you guys there. It's ran the same way as a regular AA/NA meeting, but without the stigma. It's basically just a harm reduction approach. Try to, saving lives here, and if we have any questions that you guys have any questions for us, we'd be happy to answer them. Our contact information's in there. I don't know how much time we have, but thank you again for having us present today. Lisa, you have your.
Thank you. Yeah, Lisa.
I do. Thank you so much for this presentation. Yeah, just great, amazing work. And I'm so grateful that you all are out there. One question, if somebody comes in and doesn't have Medi-Cal, is there assistance in the program to help them apply for Medi-Cal? Or yeah, just wondering if there's
Absolutely. They'll be seen either way. If they don't have Medi-Cal or not, we don't turn anyone away. We'll get them plugged in with the clinic regardless. But we do have a crew that works with the coalition in our offices that we can connect them with, that will help them sign up for Medi-Cal and EBT as well. So they'll get, we do it all right there in the office with them.
Yeah, I love that wraparound care aspect of the work you do. And thank you. Just yeah, it makes me smile and makes me very happy to know that y'all are out there saving lives. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys and all you guys do. It's a blessing to be a part of this meeting.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions? No? Okay, so that just
I
means.
actually have a question, Megan.
Oh, yeah.
And this is regarding the case management portion of it. When you talk about case management, how does that look like?
When you're asking, are you asking about the MAC case manager or the clinics that provide case management? Okay, so a MAC case manager is just one individual that pretty much overlooks the MAC patients for that clinic. So they know who's coming in, they run the schedule, they're able to move people around, they're the ones we contact when we call the clinic. So that they can give us direct access to the schedule, if they can fit someone in. That's one of the things we take pride in as Mac Connect, is the ability to have someone seen within 24 to 48 hours, sometimes same day. So having access to these Mac case managers allows us to do that. Because usually you have to call an appointment line. Sometimes they'll answer, you leave a voicemail, you wait for them to call you back, and it's just that process. Where the case manager is in direct contact with us, we're able to call them at any time during office hours. And they give us a better insight of if they can see the person right away or how fast we can get them in.
Okay, and then I know you mentioned how Mac can help with dental, vision, and behavior. Is that also, like, you guys have meetings about behavior change?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you have, like, for the other case managers that you talked about, do they focus on behavior change?
I'm not sure about that answer or that question.
So all the clinics do have a behavioral health team inside the clinics that they are able to see if they want this to be seen. They're able to go in person. It doesn't have to be telemedicine. You know, families together, they offer different things there. They have, you know, health and wellness classes. They do workouts with them. There's all these different types of services they offer. Any of the specific services you guys want to know about for that specific clinic, we could get that to you guys. But they all do offer a behavioral health aspect from that clinic. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Great questions. Anybody else? No? Awesome. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing the great work that Mac Connect and you're doing in the community, and please keep it up. Make sure you put your information in the chat. We'll also share any flyers that you would like to go out in the email.
Yeah, I will send a digital flyer to you guys. I could send the presentation as well as a list of my support meetings. Pretty much everything we offer, a flyer for people that need to get help with the Medi-Cal, and we'll send it all out to you guys. I'll get it out this afternoon.
Awesome. Yes, send it to myself and Carol, and we'll make sure that it goes in the recap email and that people can access it via the email, the Google Drive link. So thank you so much. All right. So now.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So now it's our pleasure to have Michaela join us, and so that she can share her story about and her journey. So Michaela.
Hi. Thank you. It was very interesting. I apologize for showing up late, hearing about your MAP program. I actually was on the MAP program in prison. I'm kind of coming from another angle here. I long story short, I got 6 DUIs and had to serve a year in prison. So, and I'm born and raised in West LA, and my life story up to that was, I didn't know what I was gonna be getting into. And it was completely, I mean, thank you, Angie. If I didn't have Angie on AARD, any of you guys who have been to prison, you know AARD is where you kind of settle in. Angie and I were together for that whole experience. And yeah, it's just the MAP program has helped me, Subox. I've been on and off for a long time. But I'm an addict through and through. It put me in prison. Those DUIs, I think 4 out of the 6 were just pure opiates. I fell asleep behind the wheel. So I got, it was a controlled substance added on to my DUI. And I was, you know, there's drugs in the system. So I'm not gonna lie and say I was sober through the whole time that I was there. There's a lot of drugs in the system. And they're really expensive, and people really do shameful things to get them there. But I made a decision towards the end that, towards the end of my sentence, that I'm not gonna get out and do this. And it's my belief that the first 2 weeks, 30 days, what you do in those 2 weeks, 30 days when you get out kind of determines the path of where you're going, if you're going to be going back. I mean, you make decisions daily when you get out that determine whether or not you're going back. And I'll tell you, I couldn't go a year without getting arrested for a DUI for a lot of years. And I have not had police contact since I was released. In 2017, I was released, or 2017. And sorry, what are you saying, Angie? Oh, yeah, I love, I don't know if anyone else here has been to prison, but the relationships you get in there are incredible. And I mean, I didn't maintain too many friends, but Angie was one of them, and one other lady. But it's going back to the what you do right away when you get out, and that is, for me, was like critical. And my dad passed away 4 months after I was released. So I had decisions to make. Am I going to ruin my life? Because if I get one more DUI, I'm going for 5 years minimum. And there's no injuries. The only person here I hurt is myself. And I have had relapses, but I haven't had one police contact. I prioritize in my life that the one place I will never be, and the one thing I will never lose, is my freedom. You know, I'm in graduate school for interior design. After my dad passed away, I went to Palm Springs and learned that, because I came from an affluent family in Malibu and I grew up in Pacific Palisades, I didn't quite understand the importance of work, of what it does to your psyche, of what it does to your participation in community, just everything when I had a full-time job, as tired as I was, and I was a barista, I got coffee, I never made coffee. I mean, like, it was an old-fashioned machine and it was a really hip place, so it was really fast, but I was making over $20 an hour in tips at a coffee place in Palm Springs. Only problem is I can't be, I hate heat. Like, I hate it. I can't be hot. I don't, so Palm Springs getting up to 120 degrees. I did 2 summers and I came back to LA. But then I decided to go to graduate school. And these are all decisions made, you know, with the intention of, I'm saving my freedom. I'm keeping my freedom. I'll never go back. Whatever it takes. And there's no, like, I don't think there's like a specific pie cake ingredients for everybody. But for me, it was, I got a contact with my AA group that I've always been in AA. For the last 25 years, I've been in and out of AA, and those friends never leave you. It's I that leave them to go do my thing and come back. And I made sure they were aware that I was out and I needed help and get me to meetings, because, and when Angie asked me if I had any thoughts or ideas of what's needed in, say, where I go, Linwood, is AA meetings. There's like, it's hard, you can't even find a AA meeting at Linwood, and you have to have alcohol related crimes to go to one. It's not, it's too much of a drag, you know, and they only let a certain number of people. And there's an also on the other end is being a member of AA, is there's the hospitals and institutions bucket, which seem, you know, I know we're all on Zoom now, but, and it costs money to get the program in there. And I'm like an AA advocate. I just love the program, whether it's for, you know, I drink too much orange juice or I shoot heroin, you know, it's like, it works. And the times, I can only specifically say that the times that I relapse is because I just am not giving respect and working the 12 steps for me. And I won't go too far into that because it does get, you know, spiritual, and a lot of people want to ignore spirituality because that's their choice, and we all have a choice to have a God or no God, or call it God or call it, mine's female, so, you know, it's just, it is what it is. You can't shove it down someone's throat. But starting in prison, being in the I was in the what's the program I got, sapped, I was sapped in CIW. So I was in the substance abuse program, and it was good. It was like, and every day I got to go and be with people I would never like be with on the yard, but I could be in a room with them and get really vulnerable. And it's the miracle of, you know, programs for people who are addicts. We're addicts for life. Or alcoholics for life. We can stop day by day by choice, you know, participating. And I really made a point this time, because it was my only time in prison. And I'll tell you what, I have 6 DUIs. I legally drive a car. I have a driver's license, insurance, own a vehicle, all of this because I did everything that seemed insurmountable when I got out. I just started doing it. I just started, you know, I went to the classes, I did the thing. And I legally drive. I don't have to look over my shoulder ever for a driving on a suspended. It's like, all that paperwork when I got out, it really was not that big of a deal when I did it piece by piece by piece. And COVID helped a little bit, and Zoom helps a lot because you can get meetings on Zoom. And and being in school now, I just feel, and starting a new career, something in it sort of parallel to what I did before I went in. But people like Angie and I, we if I could tell you, the things we made to eat were so crazy. I mean, we had one picnic night, you remember, Angie, I think we had one whole canteen shop to make like spreads of all flavors. But you can make a lifelong friend in there. There's someone that grounds you to remind you that we've been there, and that is somewhere you're not going back. But I was also on the previous speaker, I actually moved in around the corner from a methadone clinic, and I have Medi-Cal, basic Medi-Cal. And I walked in and I had an about 30-minute interview with the lady, and they gave me my first dose that day. I paid nothing, and I was that easy. I mean, you can build, I think everyone in general with addiction builds everything up in our heads. Like, I'm never going to get this done. It's going to be too much work. Well, I live about 1,000 steps from a clinic, and then when it got really bad in my relapse, I decided to walk in. When I walk my dog, we walk by every day, so he's friends with all of people outside there, and I did it, but I ended up stopping because I was also still using, and that I needed to realize now I'm going to be co-occurring using opioids and methadone. What am I doing? Because methadone is hard enough to get off of, when you start to taper. So I just put the kibosh on the methadone. It made it easier and certain that I was going to be able to wake up and have a morning. But I needed to finish what I needed to finish before doing something like that that's going to add to the pie. You know what I mean? And opiates is just, it's insane that it's so crazy how many people are using fentanyl, and just like in its pure form, in the powder form, and you don't know what you're getting. And I love my life. You can see my picture. I love my dog. I don't have kids, but I have Freddie, and I would never want Freddie to find me not breathing. I mean, he has seen me overdose before, but I am losing my dad. I had a perfect storm reason. I could have gone totally off the deep end, but I would have been doing 5 years in prison, no questions asked. So I take so much caution with all my paperwork, everything. I get, a folder. I'm all about, because everything seemed like this mountain of stuff to get me off probation, to get me into the world of living. I had so much, but it seemed like, and then as soon as I got a job, it was like I do one thing every day. It was the job that did it, and I can't even speak enough about the importance of those first 2 weeks and how you treat your 2 weeks. You know, like when you're out, if you get out and you decide to use and start absconding and all that, you know, that's just, you're going back. I mean, you're saying, I choose to go back. Unless you pick yourself up and get it together, because we have to do the work, coming out. And certainly no one expects looking at me that I had just gotten out of prison, or that I have been to prison or jail or any of it. But I've been to Linwood probably over a dozen times. And then I ended up, the judge said, no, you're not doing county anymore. You're going to prison. I have to, it's mandatory. Your fifth and sixth DUIs are prison town. But I got to meet Angie, and I became a master spades player. In fact, I made her a master spades player as well. And then yeah, you know, I'm hopeful for everyone getting out. I pray for that they know how to do the next right thing. I think a lot of people don't have a home or a situation that's going to support them in doing the next right step, because as soon as you're just right back where you were, you're going to go right back where you were. It sucks. And it's sick. And that's the cyclical nature of it. I mean, my bunkie in CIW had been there 16 times. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? Like, how is that? And then time went by, I saw it. I mean, thankfully now they don't violate you back to prison, but it just doesn't, I mean, you don't need to get violations at all. I mean, if you're addicted to heroin, get in the MAT program, then when your P has opiate in it, you're not violating, because the MAT program participates in your parole. I mean, it's like there's a way for everyone to stay out. Although our bodies and our minds are all telling us got to go back in because that's comfortable, that's manageable. Life is big, life is too much. I wouldn't, after now that it's been a few years, I wouldn't give anything to go back. No, there's nothing in this world, you know. I just, oh, it's awful. I don't want to be you know, spoken to that way. In fact, when I got out, I stopped people from my friends, anyone in my life, from a certain tone or talking to me. I say, don't talk to me nobody talks to me that way anymore. I'm not bossed around, or, you know, I am sensitive to it, probably just because of the, you know, deputies had a tendency to make us feel so little and so worthless. But it made me realize, when I'm allowing other people in my life to talk to me in any type of way like that, they're doing the same exact thing. So it built me up as a woman too. And
You're able to set those boundaries for yourself. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm just in graduate school. I have my little guy, my little dog. It's me and him. My family is on the other, I have family in Washington State. My mom and my sister and her kids are in Brooklyn. So I'm the last in LA because I was here taking care of my dad, who died 4 months after I got out, which was it was like I almost got there. I almost hit the spot where I was going to go back. I know, because I was driving erratically, so I ended up selling a car and taking a train to Oregon. But I guess that's all. And thank you for letting me share, Angie. I love you more than words. There are no words, so I won't even try. And I appreciate you having this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michaela, for sharing your story, and letting us reaffirm kind of like our thoughts of when you're an addict, you're an addict for life, right? And that it's a process, and it's something that you have to be ready to stay sober, right? And you have to figure out what is that support system that works for you. What outside of just the support system, do you need like something like the MAP program to help support that, so that you stay sober, and despite some of the circumstances throughout since you've gotten out, that you're able to stay strong is really great. So I just want to commend you for that and appreciate appreciate you for the time, and thank you for that. So thank you so much.
Sorry I was late. Still, time is I'm in graduate school, so I just finished one semester and I fried my brain, and she said 10 to 10 or whatever, and I said, oh, 10:30, okay.
No, you're good. You're good. No worries. I understand that you're busy between work and school. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for Michaela? Anything else? I know there was lots of things going up in the chat. Just a lot of great positive thoughts that people were sharing. No. Okay, well, thank you so much, Michaela, and we will continue on with our schedule, or our agenda, I should say. So as Lisa shared earlier, Lisa and I, we went inside yesterday, and she spoke to the Humvee and the Taymon, and that was just a really great experience. And so we're going to continue to, we got to update the flyer. We got to add more individuals and organizations up here, just so that when we do go inside, we're able to, share all the amazing things that are out there in the community. They were just kind of really blown away, as we were talking and sharing about the different things that are available. And I just continued to say to them, like, this is just a fraction, right? This is just a fraction of the resources that are available to you. So a lot of you may know that, they have done some changes with CDCR, with the PAC meetings, who handles that. So Agent Sabota and all the specialists were actually moved to the GPS monitoring unit for parole. And so now Agent Tong is now running the PAC meeting. So it'll still be at the Streetlight Church. It's it's Wednesday, the 12th of April at 10 o'clock. So they'll feed you and all that fun stuff. If you didn't get his email, let me know, so that way I can connect you with Agent Tong, so that way you get on his list, since he's the one that's going to be running it now. And if you want to submit a letter of support to not eliminating that parole specialist position, please let me know, and I can send you the draft that Angela created, and anything else. All right, one other thing, I know Kevin, I don't know if he's still on, but one thing that came into my inbox the other day was they have complete their admissions and earn a $500 enrollment bonus. And this is for anyone, I believe it's either 26 or under 28. I know they recently increased the age, so I just want to be mindful of that. So I think it's 26. so that they can train in one of their different programs that they have at Hope Builders. And they run a great program. Also, we are always looking for sponsors for the ROI speaker program. We would like to start being able to give them, a gift card for being able to take time out of their busy days to share their story throughout this meeting. Because as we know, like, it's really expensive to live in Orange County or just in California in general. We want to make sure that we are trying to compensate them so that they, are able to, accommodate being able to share their story throughout the meeting. All right. So if anyone doesn't have any last questions or events that they may want to share, our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, April 26th from 10 to 10:30. Via Zoom, so same virtual location. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share before we hop off? No? Okay, well, thank you so much, Matt Connect, and thank you so much, Michaela, for presenting and sharing your story. We really appreciate, everyone in this space and for what you're contributing to the community and really helping everyone heal. If there's anything that I can ever do for you or make any connections, please feel free to reach out to me. So that way I can help you all out, because we all know it takes a village. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Great job.